tough at the top, but only one team, of course, via tiebreaker gets the NCAA playoff bid. Let's take a look at the preseason poll. And the coaches, of course, have voted. They cannot vote for their own teams. But as we look, Duquesne with 4 first-place votes, they are the favorites. Now, Kevin, they won the title in 2015. They've shared 3 titles since 2011. St. Francis and Wagner, you just mentioned those clubs as well.
Yeah, again, when I look at, I haven't been in with the U for 22 years, but for the 2 years, for the 2 years that I've been there, it just seems to me that the teams that win here are the ones that win the physical battle, and the ones that win the physical battle are the teams that are just bigger and stronger up front. And as we just mentioned, I think you look at Duquesne, they got 3 on the all-conference team. 2 of those are offensive linemen. They've got 4 returning all predicted NEC preseason guys that up front with the linebacker Nathan Stone, we're going to talk about later. They just seem to me to be more consistent because they're just bigger and more physical than anybody else.
Of course, the St. Francis Red Flash, the defending champions. And when you look at the other teams trying to compete for this thing, Wagner, well, they won an NCAA game in 2012. They shared the title in 2014. We mentioned Sacred Heart because they're the only team in NEC football history to have more than one NCAA bid. They got back-to-back bids in 2013 and 2014. Well, it's time to take a look at the preseason All-NEC team. We will start with the offense, where we have a handful of folks, Kevin, on this list who actually were first-team All-NEC picks at the end of last year.
Yeah, there's no question as you look at those guys. I mean, there's some impressive players there. Particularly, I look at the running back position. That Marcus Bagley, who was banged up and injured, but really showed a physical presence last year. And a guy that just sprang out on the scene was really impressive. A.J. Hines. I mean, you got 2 very physical, powerful guys. There's a lot of talent there. And, of course, the one guy that we're going to get to with some highlights is Cameron Lewis, which just, I think, jumped off the stage.
Yeah, every time we seem to see the red flash, this guy made plays.
You know what? He's 6'4", he's 195 pounds. He's as fluid as they come. He definitely has terrific hands. You'll see him go up and get the ball and just take it away from defenders. As you see here, he has the ability to run after the catch. The only thing that's going to ever stop this guy from going to the next level is when he gets into the combine and they time him in the 40, and we'll see exactly what he can do. But as you just see there, he just right now is a mismatched nightmare for defenders because no one is as big and tall as he is and can run like he can.
All right, let's flip it to defense now, where we see 3 preseason All-League selections were on the first-team defense last year. And I know there's a particular linebacker that you're very high on.
Yeah, I think when you look at that defensive unit, the linebacker position jumps out at you. In particular, the guy that's incredible to me is Nathan Stone, because he's made the All-League team not only as an inside linebacker as he did last year, but he started his career as an outside linebacker. So you see him, he's a very physical guy to make the adjustment. Here you see him pass rush with a spin move. I'm sure as most defensive guys, he'd like to have a shot at that quarterback, but he really shores up the internal or interior part of that defense with his physical play at the inside linebacker position.
Now, you know what? One of the things I love about Stone is they say he avoids the laundry. He always seems to find the ball, stays out of all the blocking schemes, and when you have a nose to the ball, you can get there. You're going to make plays.
There's no question about it. So he's obviously a smart guy. He's obviously a guy that does a lot of preparation. He studies a lot of film. He understands the blocking schemes that are being used against him, and he knows how to avoid those offensive linemen. Those are the things that are a nightmare to the inside linebacker.
Don't want to forget about special teams. James Cooper, the Wagner kicker, again, an All-NEC selection last year, preseason pick this year. And let's not forget Matt Sewell, the special teams returning ace from the Bryant Bulldogs.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with him. He's a courageous guy. He's not real big. You see him returning kickoffs. You see him, he's deft enough in terms of catching the ball so he can return punts. But I'm always a little bit impressed when you see those little guys who are able to hit it up in there on the kickoff returns. That shows either a little nuttiness or unbelievable courage. I think he's got a combination of both.
Coach's mentality always likes the little guys.